Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
I'd like to talk about the upcoming events in February that the county board will be looking at, and just a little overview of some of the issues. First of all, the month of February, the county board will be meeting 3 times. They'll be meeting on February 1st, Tuesday, February 1st, with the agenda geared to the American Rescue Plan Act. As you may be aware, the county board has solicited proposals from outside agencies in Dodge County, from villages, towns, and cities, and also internal requests. And all of those requests will be presented to the board. It won't be an actual presentation of each individual project, but they'll have a summary of each project, and then they'll take the next step. So that's a 6 p.m. meeting in the county board room, 4th floor. Again, it starts at 6 o'clock. And just a little brief recap, there were proposals received from 16 Dodge County municipalities. There were requests submitted by 9 agencies, nonprofits and so forth, and 11 departments have submitted proposals from an internal perspective. Out of those various proposals, out of the 16, there were 37 different projects that were identified and submitted by various villages, cities, and towns in Dodge County. And from an operational standpoint, 11 departments submitted 38 projects, or either projects and or equipment and some building infrastructure upgrades. So there's a full slate of projects. Dodge County was awarded an allocation of just a little over $17 million through the American Rescue Plan Act. The funds need to be obligated by the end of 2024 and actually spent by the end of 2026. So funds not obligated by the end of 2024 need to be returned to the U.S. Treasury, and funds not spent by the end of 2026 would need to be returned also. So this is going to be a big endeavor for the county board to weigh through those projects, and the county board recently established an ad hoc committee which will be reviewing the projects in detail and will be making recommendations to the finance committee and ultimately the county board. The ad hoc committee will consist of the chairpersons of the executive committee, the finance committee, the building committee, the human resource committee, judicial and public protection committee, highway committee, health facilities committee, human service and health board, land resource and parks, and land and water conservation. And any other county board member who is interested in serving on the committee, absent the ones just identified, are more than able to join that committee. The meeting schedule has not been officially set as to when they'll actually begin reviewing the proposals and making recommendations, but as you can see, just by the number of projects submitted and the varying project requests, some are infrastructure, some are buildings, that it's going to be a big task for both the county board and the ad hoc committee. Then the second county board meeting in February is Wednesday, February 16th, 6 o'clock again, and that'll be the monthly strategic planning session. The process is winding down. It may conclude in February or it may be extended to March, but that's been a very good process, and so we're anxious to see how that wraps up. And the actual regular county board meeting will be held on Tuesday, February 22nd. So again, the county board will meet on February 1st at 6 p.m., February 16th at 6 p.m., and the regular meeting will be 7 p.m., February 22nd. All 3 of those meetings will be live streamed for those not able to attend, and also the recording of the live stream will be available on the county's website within 48 hours of the conclusion of the meetings. The February 22nd meeting will most likely include a presentation on the recently completed broadband survey along with recommendations. So we're looking forward to that presentation and the next steps regarding broadband in Dodge County.
What are the restrictions on what the money can be used for?
Well, currently, the guidance from the U.S. Treasury has changed. Initially, when the guidance was issued back in May of 2021, there were different categories, like broadband was definitely one, housing, workforce development. There were different categories. Now the final rules have changed just a bit, that each county in the United States who received a direct allocation has the flexibility of the first $10 million of the allocation that can be used. There's more flexibility with the first $10 million, and so it'll be interesting to see how that impacts the activities of the board and how they view some of those projects.
Okay.
Also in February, there's a primary election day on February 15th, but there isn't a primary in every location through the county. Encourage residents to check with their local clerk and see if there's a primary within their municipality. So it's going to be a busy month in the month of February. Also, I should update you, we've talked the last couple months about 2022 highway projects. The adopted 2022 budget included funding of $9 million through a bond issue, and that would enable approximately 30 miles of the Dodge County highway system to be improved in 2022. The borrowing request was defeated at the January County Board meeting. So at this time, the funds will not be forthcoming to undertake the 30 miles of improvement. The Highway Committee will be looking at various options as to how the best way to proceed. There is funding in the budget to complete the final phase of County M, which runs between Juneau and Watertown. There's about a 3.2 mile section, in which is phase 3, and part of the discussion with the Highway Committee will be whether that portion is completed in 2022 or if those funds are reallocated for other projects within the county highway system. So I anticipate that decision and some recommendations will be forthcoming from the Dodge County Highway Committee during the month of February. So even though the month is, we like to think of February as being a relatively short month, but it's certainly going to be plenty of activity at the county level with very important decisions to be made during the month of February as we continue to move forward as a county. And also I'd like to just touch real briefly on COVID, that with the departure of Public Health Officer Abby Sauer, that there's an interim appointment. Kim Miller, who is the Fond du Lac County Public Health Officer, has agreed to assist Dodge County and has been designated as an interim Public Health Officer in Dodge County, and we're currently seeking a replacement for Abby Sauer, but I think, as we all recognize, currently it's challenging to recruit for a public health officer based on what's currently going on with COVID, and we certainly understand that, but we're also optimistic that we'll be able to replace Abby with a full-time individual going forward. And I'd like to thank everyone for their cooperation. We have extremely dedicated employees, and I want to thank them. It's been a challenging start to 2022 with the recent spike in COVID cases and the impacts that it has had basically to everyone, families and friends and their co-workers. So we thank the employees for their dedication and look forward to hopefully things turning the corner here as we continue into 2022.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Bob.